The Holy Bible, English Standard Version. 2 Timothy chapter 3. Godliness in the last days. But understand this, that in the last days there will come times of difficulty, for people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unappeasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving God, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having the appearance of godliness but denying its power. Avoid such people, for among them are those who creep into households and capture weak women, burdened with sins and led astray by various passions, always learning and never able to arrive at a knowledge of truth. Just as Jannes and Jambres opposed Moses, so these men also oppose the truth. Men corrupted in mind and disqualified regarding the faith. But they will not get very far, for their folly will be plain to all, as was that of those two men. So again, that was 2 Timothy chapter 3, reading from the Holy Bible, and that was again the English Standard Version. The reason why I wanted to lead into this audio with that Bible verse, because as you can see by the title, narcissism is nothing new. It is nothing new, guys. So I went to the oldest book ever written, okay, because scientists agree that the Old Testament is the oldest book that they could find that was written. All right. And there we have it. A passage right in there that pretty much sums up narcissism. Pretty much sums it up, guys. Okay. So if we go through this passage, we can see how this just isn't something new. I mean, as I'm reading this, I'm sure those of you who have experienced narcissistic abuse can just like nod your head to this. Like they could just use this passage right here, chapter 3, 2 Timothy. They can go ahead and put that in the Webster for the dictionary, for the definition. What else do we need to really say about it? There you have it. And that's chapter 3, which covers all 9 verses in that chapter. But I want to focus as well on letting you guys, that verse, chapter 6, not chapter 6, verse 6. For among them are those who creep into households and capture weak women. Right there. The weak women. That just really, a lot of things jump out at me at this chapter, but the weak woman part, this is why I stress so much about emotional maturity, guys. And yes, we do have the opportunity to do better when we know better, but that's what that emotional maturity is. Because I can think back on myself and I had a level of weakness. There's a level of emotional immaturity, a level of emotional weakness that I still had about me that needed to be sharpened so that I could graduate out of, being in these type of situations. And the ultimate narcissist, yeah, it's that dark energy. It's Satan, it's the devil. That is the ultimate narcissist and the original one right there. And now he just, he operates through willing vessels. And these are the people that we're coming into contact day in and day out. And of course, it's not only women who are, susceptible to this, of course, men are as well in all different kinds of relationships. But scientists have studied this long enough to know that there are more male narcissists than there are women. But of course, there are women narcissists as well, And the most notable, oldest female narcissist we know as Jezebel. But as we learn about that spirit, we know that it can, yes, she was initially a woman, but the spirit of her could be in a male or female, okay? But it's so important to increase our emotional maturity so that we don't get played on like this. Okay, because you hear a phrase, a known a devil is better than an unknown one. Well, learning about what a narcissist is, learning how that dark energy operates, all the tricks up the sleeves, then you have an armor around you, and it doesn't have to be like a physical iron, metal armor. I'm talking about mentally here. Mentally here. Because some of the most ruthless dictatorships and people who have taken large groups and amounts of people as hostage, as slaves, they go for your mind. Yeah, they may use physical punishments, but ultimately they want to get to your mind. They know if that part of you is weak, if they're able to penetrate you on that level, it's going to be more potent, it's going to be more lasting, and then they will have to use less and less physical energy. Their physical energy can be more reserved now that they've messed with your mind. And that's a lot of time when you can see that in other situations when a child is groomed from a young age. Now it's like embedded inside of them. I mean, not to say that one day they can't go through an awakening, but now they have to purge all of that out of them, that toxicity that they've been carrying around, and that they've been, their behaviors have been in alignment with. And it's saying here, weak women burdened with sins. Now, yeah, those sins, guys, is not only just the sins that we feel within ourselves, but the sins that we've experienced through those toxic and abusive situations. You see what I'm saying? Like if I'm burdened, and this isn't my life, but let's say someone was burdened by being raped as a child. That's a sin, somebody else's sin that they committed against you. Now that's something that you experience, but you're burdened by that sin. It's their sin, but you're burdened by it because you experienced it. They inflicted on you. So, when we're burdened by sins, we haven't found our peace. We haven't healed those inner child, so to speak. Then we're led astray by various passions. What are they talking about? Well, I have a passion to be in a relationship. whether it's my time, whether I'm supposed to be in my singleness or not, whether that was the person that God has ordained with me. I have a passion for that. I have a passion to need to be connected to other people because I feel disconnected and unwhole within myself. So I need other people to fill that void for me. You know, I'm giving you some examples of passions. I have a passion because I'm led by my flesh, you know. If I'm fleshly minded, if I'm fleshly focused, if I'm fleshly oriented, if I'm fleshly led, you know, these are passions. All right. And then in verse 7, right after the passions, it says, always learning and never able to arrive at knowledge of truth. Okay. Always learning, but never able to arrive at a knowledge of truth. So what are the person learning? They're learning toxic patterns right now. That's what they're learning. But they're not getting the knowledge of the truth because they're blinded by it. Their eyes aren't open. They're unable to hear. You know, it's just saying a lot in just those little bit of verses right there. Because the person is burdened. They're saying the woman is burdened. The woman is burdened with sins and led astray. The narcissist leading you astray. Leading you astray. And setting up generations to be led astray. You know, this is serious, guys. Very, very serious. Avoid such people, aka go no contact. They'll have the appearance of godliness, but deny its power. We can see that in so many facets, guys. And then some of us, you know, we got captured by the outward beauty of that narcissist. They had a physical outward beauty that was physically pleasing to your human eye. They look like a god or a goddess, maybe. They kept their physical body up to par, but inside they were just full of junk and trash. Yes, so then there will come times of difficulty. And, you know, in verse 2, when it says, for people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, didn't say you don't have to, you could be lovers without having love. Because it's really just, it's the act. That's what being a lover insinuates here. So, you know, I just wanted to read this because a lot of people are actually unaware that, yeah, the Bible does talk about narcissistic abuse. It actually does talk about narcissistic abuse right there. Specifically in 2 Timothy chapter 3, guys. In the oldest book ever written, they talked about it right then and there. So this is nothing new. This side of human nature is nothing new. Has it been given the amount of effort and energy that it should? No, because a lot of people, you know, is really just now coming a little bit out into, you know, having a platform, if you will, a stronger platform. But, you know, it's been here, right here in the oldest book ever written. Perfectly describes it. You know, in channels like this, you know, I just want to put the information out. All right. I just want to put that information out because, like I said in the beginning, we can actually do better when we know better. You know, I get, and they don't teach this in school. And, you know, it hurts when I see people getting taken advantage of by a narcissist, someone being emotionally, psychologically exploited. So take what you can from my channel, you know, and spread awareness. You know, tell your children, tell your nieces and nephews, your godchildren, your family members, your friends, you know, whoever you think could benefit. Spread awareness, all right, guys? And keep doing the work. But this is nothing new. This is nothing new. I mean, we're putting that word to it to make everything come full circle. But it has been around since the beginning of time. It's been around. All right, guys, so if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Hundreds and hundreds of videos here to help you understand narcissistic abuse, to help you increase your emotional maturity, guys. Help you understand psychology more. Help you with that shadow work you're doing with yourself. And etc., etc. You know, like I say, take what you can to help you on your journey and share information with others. Okay? All right, guys, I put these videos into all kinds of playlists to help you find different topics. Utilize them. And if you want to, you know, take things to the next level, I do offer coaching over the phone, Skype, FaceTime, email coaching, and now for a limited amount of people, I do offer mobile support or text messaging support as well. Patreon is a great way to get that service through me. You'll save a lot of money as opposed to just paying daily, weekly, or monthly through my website, okay? But you can go to your website to schedule your coaching session with me to see about the 4 therapeutic books I've written, the No Narc Zone merchandise that I have available as well, guys. All right, so lots going on my website. You can go and check all of that out. I have the support group over on Facebook. Look here, Reflection and Progression Crawford. That information is beneath all of my videos, the link. Just inbox me if you want to be a part of that support group for those survivors of narcissistic abuse. All right. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this audio. Take care, guys, and keep doing the work. Everything is going to be all right. All right. Talk to you next time.